right, welcome to Real Spit, real conversations, real information from real people. I have my host today, Akil Danfodio, and to my left I have Brianna Jones.
Hi you guys, I'm Brianna Jones. I am a professional makeup artist and I love to travel. I'm located here in Atlanta. I'm a people's person, I love people, and I'm glad to be here on the show today.
My name is Akil Danfodio. I just recently passed the bar here in the state of Georgia. So I will be an official attorney very soon, as soon as I get sworn in and stuff. But 25 years old, born black male, yeah.
Is everybody the same until proven different, or is everybody different until proven the same?
I think everyone is, I don't even think everyone is the same, you know? Like, I think everyone is different, definitely.
So everybody's different until proven the same.
But I don't think everyone is the same.
Okay. So elaborate a little bit on that. What you mean by that?
I mean, well, I guess it just depends on that person that's getting to know them. Like, if they have that one-track mind of having that perspective of how they go about meeting someone and not open-minded of exploring a little bit more about that person, then they may think that person is the same as everybody else. You know how most people be like, oh man, I'm not going to date another person because he probably going to treat me like the last person. That's you having that same mentality of how the last person treated you versus being more open to get to know that person who may be totally different and treat you better than the last person. So I think everyone is different and never the same. It's just based off that person's mentality who's getting to know that person. So it may be that person who having the same mentality but meeting a different person.
Go ahead, Akil. I'm listening.
That's an interesting question. I think, I guess I would say everybody's different until proven the same.
Okay, why you say that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess from my perspective, I think everybody's different in their own right. That's tough. That's a really good question.
It is.
Yeah, I think everybody's different until proven the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know how to dive into that.
Okay, so I got a more in-depth question for you, Akil. So, would you say that your significant other is entitled to your free time?
No, I hate the whole idea of entitlement.
You see, I was right.
Yeah, I hate the whole idea of entitlement. But I think, especially in Westernized society, we've become very accustomed to feeling entitled for a lot of things. I do not think anybody is entitled to anything, or shouldn't be at least. However, I think it's a good practice to give your significant other a large proportion of your time, but I don't think anybody should feel entitled to anything.
Okay.
Yeah, agree. Because I'm like, my free time, that's my free time. Okay. And I like to have my space. But yeah, but it should be a way that you communicate with that person and let them know, like, hey, I'm doing my thing right now.
Right.
You know, let me have my time, like, basically. So, no one is entitled to anything. So I agree with that one.
Okay. So, I got another deep question for you. We'll start with you this time. Do you think it's possible to grow to like someone?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, heck yeah.
Like from going to being not interested in them at all, be like, I'm not. So like, oh my God, he's this, he's that.
Yeah, I agree. Good example, or yeah, like one guy that I met in high school. Like we were on our first date, and it's actually my last time actually being in a relationship. So that's why I'm always.
I was about to say high school don't count. We growing up.
No, but I haven't really, you know. But anyway, so in high school, yeah, I dated this one guy. We were on our first date, and I was like, oh my God, never again. So I was like, okay, let me give him a second chance. And then the second time turned to the third time. Third time was like, oh my God, we've known each other for 2 years now. So I definitely think that you can grow into liking someone the more you get to know them, because you don't really know someone when you first meet them. At all. Like, you may get this energy of, oh my God, like I vibe with them or I don't. But even sometimes I feel like deep down inside it's good to give someone a second chance, because maybe they just was off a little bit that day. You know, so they may come back and go on a second date or go on a second outing, and you're just like, oh wow, I really like this person. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think you can. I think in order, there has to be some form of physical, at least for me, some form of physical attraction at first. I mean, if you're being honest, I have to at least think they're attractive to even give them that chance in the first place. But I think you can grow to like someone.
What if they're not physically attractive, then?
Right.
I don't
Can you
think
look
so.
past that physical attraction and accept somebody and like somebody for that?
I would like
Be
with a
honest.
friend.
Be honest. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
friend, yeah.
But then that friend may turn into a girlfriend because you really
He
vibe
doesn't want it to go
I doubt
past
it.
that point, though.
I mean, because if I'm not physically attracted to someone, I don't know how we will ever be in an intimate relationship. I mean, just being honest, I don't know how that will even work.
Mm.
They'll be a best friend, maybe.
Could you do that? Has physical attraction? Like, you could date an ugly dude and end up marrying him?
I wouldn't say
Mm.
an ugly dude.
A lesser handsome guy?
I mean, I look at someone's heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, for real. I seem to attract guys who are a little bit shorter than me. So that's a physical attraction.
Yeah, okay.
But I ain't saying like I'm bending down kissing somebody. But still, like, I like my guys to be my height
Right.
or a little bit taller. But I have dated someone where they're a little bit shorter, and I'm just like, oh.
But were they handsome to you at least?
Yeah, they had.
Okay, so at least they had that part though.
Yeah, I guess.
Talking about Michael Blackson. Like, Michael Blackson trying to be your boyfriend. You gonna date Michael Blackson. He got a sense of humor, he got money, all that stuff. He can be faithful, all that. But he's just not physically attractive.
Yeah.
You
No,
know
I
that
have
Michael
kids, 'cause
Blackson.
my kids gotta be
Oh.
cute.
Mm. Okay. So that's not shallow at all, just a little bit, or is it?
It is.
Okay, I guess we all shallow. I'm a
I
little
don't
shallow.
think it's shallow at all.
You don't think it's shallow?
No.
I mean, but
Somebody
everyone
told me
has-
it was a little shallow. I asked that same question.
Everyone has. I mean, I just feel like if physical attraction is one of those standards that you have, then that's just what it is. So.
I just feel like everybody has that standard. We just don't. I don't know. Maybe we don't aren't as vocal about it. But
True.
I just don't see how relationships last if there's no physical attraction.
Yeah.
At some point, now obviously once you get married and you know like there's been 20 years, you might not be physically attracted to your companion no more. But at that point, it's bigger than physical attraction. You know, y'all got family, you got
So that's-
financial. You know, there's other things involved now that's more
Right.
important than your physical attraction.
So that's
But I
going
think
back to
when
that
you first
person's
start-
heart and mindset.
Yeah, but when you first start, I don't think it's
But
ever.
beauty fades, though. I mean, with some,
Yeah, it
some people.
fades, but at least it fades. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in situations to where
So
like, they
when
were
it
never
starts
attracted
fading,
to
you're
me.
just not gonna be attracted to this person. You're gonna go catch the next hot girl.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if I'm just saying from the beginning, in the
Okay.
beginning, there's an attraction. Obviously, as you get older, you know, people's bodies change, people's faces change.
Okay.
We would like to think so. I would hope I would.
I
be
would hope
attracted.
so, too.
Yeah,
Right?
so I would hope
it
I'd be
happens.
attracted. But the reality is, we get older and things stop being as good as they once were. But at that point, there's other things in the game that keeps you attracted to somebody.
True. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so with you, how does someone earn your trust? Or do they get 100% trust, or do they start out with 0? How does
No.
that work?
I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. Point blank period. That's just how I roll.
Hmm.
I trust till you give me a reason not to. Because I'm not just going to, oh, I don't trust you.
All right.
But now we can't build off anything because I don't trust you. But you just have to give me a reason not to trust.
So,
I don't know. It depends on I guess, in certain things I'm more trusting than others, obviously. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't trust people at all before they earn my trust, but at the same time, there's a certain level of, I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but I kind of expect certain things. For instance, like when you first meet somebody, right? I don't expect them to be exclusive right off, off bat. I expect them to have some other people they messing with, or
Right.
something, you know what I'm saying? And then along the line, along the way, you start expecting, all right, start cutting some of the folks off, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm kind of in between on that.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I still guard my heart, but
Yeah.
I trust people till they give me a reason not to trust. I'm just open.
Okay, so about pet peeves. What is one pet peeve of yours?
That's crazy. I can't really. It'll have to happen, and then I'm like, oh, that's a pet peeve. It's hard for me to like just think of a pet peeve off the top of my head. Maybe, I guess, dirty. People dirty. that might be a pet peeve. I don't know if I could deal with dirty people.
So hygiene is really
Hygiene might be a pet peeve.
Yeah, I think a pet peeve for me is food. I pay attention to like teeth and nails.
I've heard a lot of
So
people say that.
hygiene, yeah, brush your teeth. Wash your hands.
brush your teeth, brush your hand.
Wash your hands. Yeah. Oh my God, no, here it is. Okay. It just
Here we go.
clicked.
Here we go.
See, I like to put guys, or people in general, I like to take them out of their comfort zone so I can see how they react to things.
Okay.
So if I know you're not someone where you're comfortable, I want to see how you will protect yourself and then protect me. And if I feel like you're not reacting in a certain way where I feel safe around you, then that's a pet peeve. Or like, if we go out to a restaurant, some men, for some reason, at least, I don't know, I guess a difference between boys and men. Like, most guys, for some reason, don't like to like eat out in public. So I'm like, yeah, like take a girl out on a date.
Oh,
And I
okay,
guess,
what you're saying.
yeah, like to get nice and go out. So my pet peeve is
Okay.
like, if you at the table and you don't know how to, you don't have no type of like etiquette.
Okay.
Don't be licking your fingers at the table. Get a napkin, wipe your hands. Put it aside.
I think, another one I guess would be someone who complains a lot.
Oh yeah.
Who complains about everything.
Everything.
Like who just is unwilling to adapt to, certain things. So everything ain't gonna be perfect, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But if you complain, or if you're negative about everything, that's a pet peeve of mine.
yeah.
I like optimism.
So what would you say is the hardest part about dating you?
Oh, what's the hard part? No, I'm really easygoing. I think the hardest part about dating me though is like I like to be everywhere. In the sense of I might say, hey, I'm living in Atlanta today, but a few months from now I may be living in Asia. So I'm not even like stable in the sense of like being in one location for me to like date someone. So I think that's the hardest part about dating me. That's it. Other than that, I'm pretty cool. Like I'll be a guy best friend because I'm just chill. Like, see, I'm vibing right now. No, like for real. Like I don't like drama. I'm real cool and down to earth, and I just like communication. If I ask you a question, you give me an answer. The honesty, you know. But other than that, that's the hardest thing about dating me is just I'm all over the. I can curse. I'm all over the damn place.
I was like, be you. It's real spit. Go ahead.
Probably would be, how do I want to say this? I'm very friendly, especially to the opposite sex. I don't know, I like women's company, you know what I'm saying? So, as a result of that, I have a lot of female friends. So, I mean, it takes a lot of security to date me.
That's a good one.
And I understand that that might be difficult for people to do, to trust somebody around the opposite sex. But that's probably the hardest part, dating me.
Well, there's a difference for being friendly and flirtatious. So
Well,
I
yeah.
think, like me, I feel like if I'm dating a guy and he has a lot of female friends, I need to know your friends so we all can be friends and I can feel like
Really?
yes,
Okay.
like there don't need to be no because if that's your friend, like if I got a homie too, you gonna meet my homie. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So I feel like that's where you can ensure that your woman is secure because that's her friend too, or at least she know of her.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
That's all I'm getting.
Like,
So
they
do
all
have to be
cool,
friends or
like
do they just
cordial.
know each other?
Yeah, like they gotta know of
Okay,
each other. They
okay.
ain't know, oh, this is my friend, and then we texting flirtatious things. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that's where I think it's not that women are insecure. It's just guys need to know how to know their borderline with how they communicate with females outside of their relationship.
That's true. Facts.
That's how I
Okay. So what do you think is an acceptable time?
feel. But I don't have those problems.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm single.
You single breed. All right, live our best life, breed. But, when do you think it is an acceptable time for you to step into the bedroom with someone?
The first night,
I think she's serious, but go ahead.
I don't know. I think it depends on the person. I hate putting standards on stuff like that just because everybody's different.
Yeah.
For me, if if I slept with you on the first night, if we're being real, I don't know how much respect I would. Let me not say respect. It's a bad word. Maybe it's a good word. I don't know.
Credibility. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how
We can advance past.
we can advance past. Because in my mind, I'll be thinking, I'm sure this ain't I'm not the only person she does this to.
Okay.
And I could be completely wrong, but that's just mentally that's what I'll be thinking. So I'm not sure if I could go past that with that particular person. But then again, I've never experienced that where I was trying to date somebody who I've had sex with the first night. So I don't know. But I think if I had to put a time limit on it, after a few dates when y'all both trust each other and y'all see it's going in a direction that y'all could possibly be together, I think you'll know when it's time. So I think it depends on a lot of different factors.
Yeah.
It can be relationship breed. This is from all aspects. It can be from a single standpoint. It can be from in a relationship or trying to get into a relationship. It could be like, oh, I'm just gonna knock this off and then walk the other way. It could be either way.
My dad may be watching.
That's true. Okay. But be real though.
I just kidding.
In that case, if it's from different perspectives, if it's
Yeah.
not for the purpose of relationship, then whenever you feel like it.
Okay.
But if you're trying to build this person, my personal preference would be not quick. It should be something that, the right time, whatever that is. But I personally don't feel like that should be on the first date.
Yeah.
If you're trying to build a relationship with that person.
Yeah, if I'm trying to build a relationship with that person, I would say let's just continue to get to know each other so that we can know that we're friends. I believe in having a solid friendship first, before involving sex or screaming out, hey, I love you. I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think far as getting to know someone to be in a relationship with them, I would say however long it takes. But I would like for it to be a while and we go out on dates and get to know each other. But then as far as like in general, we grown.
We are grown. We are grown.
So if you just make out with someone, you just make out with someone. But making out with that person 9 out of 10, like you said, like this is probably like a one quick thing, or it's probably like just a little fling, or you just booty after that.
Okay, so let's revert back to the whole idea of pet peeves, right? Akil mentioned earlier, he said about like pet peeves kind of like pop up. If they pop up,
Right.
he'll address them. What about you? Would you be more proactive with like, hey, this is what I'm not going to accept. These are my pet peeves on like the first date, second date, or whatever, so that way they know what's going on, they know not to cross those boundaries, or you just wait until they arise and then address them?
See, usually pet peeves is that person habit. So if I don't like that person habit, that's me 9 out of 10. I'm probably not gonna like that person in the
Right.
long run. So I'm not gonna force that relationship with that person. Now friends, okay, cool, whatever. And even with that, friends, I don't just call everybody my friend. But as far as pet peeve, like we eating and having dinner, and this is our first time having dinner, and you're licking your fingers, I'm gonna politely take a napkin and say, you're not 5. Wipe your hands.
You gonna do that?
Yes, I've done it before.
Why wouldn't you just leave? Or
No, I'm
just-
not gonna leave. I mean, at the end of the day, like we still grown and we having dinner, but I'm not that disgusted where I just have to get up and leave. But I'm just gonna let you know, like, all right, strike one. I ain't feeling you. That just turned me off because you're licking your fingers. Not watching my nephew out on a date. You know what I mean?
So what must
I'm just saying. So I'm direct. Yes.
I feel that.
Direct.
So what must occur before you officially start claiming someone as your own? It can be, that's a very broad question. So like, it can be they did something special for you, you did something really over the top for them. What just must happen before you be like, all right, that's my shorty, you know what, she showed me that she's loyal, she's this, like what is it?
Well, first of all, a conversation where we state that, all right, we're doing this thing for real. But maybe it might not be one particular thing. It might be like a host of things that she's done where I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, just the one, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think it's one thing in particular that she would. It'll be consistency, I guess.
Okay.
Being consistent.
But people don't really have conversations nowadays. It seems like people just kind of get to know each other and then kind of go from there and let it like vibe out or let it flow. It seems like not too many people are having conversations and then they end up looking confused. It's like, okay, I thought we were interested in each other. That person might be feeling a different way. So
I think that's the problem, though. I think that for me, like, there has to be a conversation saying, all right, this is what it is. Because if it's not, then what will make any of us stop from doing what we're doing on the side? Like, we've never sat down and been like, all right, we're exclusive now.
True.
Are we both both just against at the same time? Like, I think they're exclusive. So it's time for me to be exclusive. I think a conversation needs to be had. And until that point, you know, you kind of, it's ambiguous. Like, what are y'all doing, you know?
What about you?
Can you ask me that question again?
What must occur, like, before you start claiming someone as your significant other, or be like, oh, that's my boo?
Ooh, child, it take a lot for me. You know, I've been single for forever. But I choose to be single. I meet great guys all the time. I just choose to be. But I feel like honesty, communication, clear communication. Like, I actually, like, because the thing is sometimes men and women, we both can be prideful. You know what I'm saying? And I know I can. Like, I'd be like, oh, nah, I'm good. But deep down inside, I like that person.
Wow.
But I don't even realize sometimes I like that person until they go ghost. And I'm like, I was really feeling that person. But I was just being all like, caught up in my own little ways with hustling and bustling. But, yeah, I would say communication, honesty, and just like loyalty. Because I feel like, and I know that's so cliche, but people not loyal nowadays.
What's your idea of loyalty then?
Like just being faithful to that one person. But like you said, you have to communicate that so that they're not still assuming and then dealing with other people on the outside. But if you have that conversation, I'm like, no, I only want you to be mine and I be yours, and we focus on us. Not no, oh, we go out on a date and then later on that night I'm meeting up with somebody else or screwing around with somebody else because we haven't had that conversation that is just us, even though we vibe that way. So yeah, consistency, communication, honesty, loyalty. Because nowadays everybody have like 5 or 4 girlfriends at once. I don't know how they do it. That's what you gotta have a lot of money to do that.
A lot of money.
And time. How you got time? I be calling you Keisha, Felicia, all that.
At the same time, making them be mad.
Dang. I think what it really like seal the deal though is like if I see that you're open-minded and like always open to learning. Cause I feel like you can have all that communication, loyalty, honesty, and all that. But I like a guy who like to continuously learn and teach me new things and expose me to new stuff. Like that's what really sells it. And I'm just like, cause now you teaching me shit. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that there is a such thing as like waiting too late to like make something official? Like if you talking to somebody for 2 years and like y'all just been talking, y'all ain't really called each other boyfriend, girlfriend, anything like that. Y'all just been getting to know each other for 2 years. Do you think that's too long? Or like what is there? Is there like a time limit or a time maximum?
You wanna go first though?
No, you got
So me personally, I hate time limits.
Okay.
I hate them.
Okay.
I hate when people be like, yeah, I want to do this by the time I'm 30. Like, I hate that.
yeah.
So I'm okay with people talking for 5, 6 years. If both people are cool with that. If both people are cool with that, then I ain't got no issue with it. But it's not too late until it's too late, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's not too late until one person's like, all right, I ain't feeling this no more. Either we're going to do it or we're not, and I'm out.
Yeah.
So I don't like time constraints. However,
You can't have somebody wait around forever.
unless they're willing to wait around forever.
Unless they want to wait around
I
forever.
mean, because like you look at Diddy and Cassie. Is it Cassie or Cassie?
Yeah, it's Cassie.
Cassie. I was perfectly fine with what they was doing. A lot of people thought she got screwed over, but I don't know how she got screwed over. She made a lot of money off of that. But anyway, like whatever they was, it was cool for them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So if it's gonna work, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm not big on time constraints.
I think I had somebody waiting too long,
Mm.
and it was just like, look, I gotta move on. I can't just continue waiting
Right.
around for you to make a decision whether you want to be with me or not, even though we were still close friends. But I was just like, I mean, hey, do what you got. Whatever. I'm all about whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
So if you're happy waiting around for us to both decide to both be on the same thing, that's why when I date, I try to make sure that we're on the same page at all times. Cause
Definitely.
I feel like if you loving me more than I love myself, or I love you, it's going to be an issue. Cause now you're going to have this expectation of us making things. What am I trying to say? Making things like this is us, like right now. Versus if we're on the same page, we can say, all right, we're both ready, you know? But anyway, long story short, yeah, you can't wait too long, and somebody can surely walk away, because that has happened to me. And then you can be like, fuck it. I mean, I just feel like I don't want nobody to waste time if I'm not there when they are. So, I think I kind of lost where I was going with this.
It's cool.
But yeah, don't wait too long. But then at the same time, what is too long? Shit, time is an illusion, honestly, to me.
But tomorrow, not promise though.
It's not. Well, you better make today. You better just live it up today.
That's the cliche thing.